Good evening. Oh my god, good evening. I have missed you all. It's been like, what, 3 whole days? I was starting to get worried. Oh, everyone deserves head pats. Pat, 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 pat. Okay, fuck you, Chad. Anyway, today we have such a fun book. That might show you how fucked up I am. It is fine. Don't worry about it. I do not need a therapist.
She has one, it's me.
Yeah. In a moment, Esper is going to go over all of the trigger warnings for you. Typically, we do say, check your trigger warnings. We're not going to do it for you, but we do feel like this series in particular is a little bit dark, and we want to ensure that you guys are well aware. And if you guys are not familiar, we have our little ghosty boy at the top. He is here to warn you that this book and this video is going to be around darker themes. So if you are not comfortable with darker conversations, please see your way out. Or you can like the video and then also see your way out. Whatever you prefer. We appreciate you. But for those who are sticking around, we are discussing The Ritual by Chantal Tessier, maybe? I don't know French.
I can't tell you.
I don't know. This is a 6-book series. It's the Lord series. I guess before I go into the summary, would you like to do the honors of said trigger warnings?
Yes, of course. Again, check them anyways. I know I'm about to give you the list, but I don't know, you could be in your car driving or at work and you're not super paying attention. So
it will also be in the description, I believe.
Yes. Well, I don't know if we can put them all in the description, but I will be putting where you can go to look at them. But if you don't want to click a link or do any craziness, you can just go to triggerwarningdatabase.com and then type in this book or whichever book you want to check triggers for, and you will get a good list. So these are trigger and content warnings, just so that everybody is very aware. There are arranged relationships, smex slavery, attempted schmexual assault, dubious consent scenarios, including consensual sleeping and or unconscious acts and grape play, improper BDSM practices. If you do not know what BDSM is, I am not going to explain that to you. Google it. Drugging. Drugging.
If you're a kid, do not Google it, please.
Oh yes, don't. If you're over the age of 18, Google it. If you're not, why are you even watching this video?
Goodbye.
Drugging, including non-consensual manipulation of birth control prescriptions, depiction of dead body, I'm pretty sure I can say that, branding, but it is consensual, downstairs manipulation. Look, I don't know how much YouTube lets me say. Schmurder. Torture, I'm sure is fine. Pew pew and stabby stabby violence. Physical assault. Failed swimming. Cult. Stalking and non-consensual surveillance. If any of those things, and I literally mean any of them, make you feel uncomfortable or you are not sure that you want to hear about it, please click off the video. I will not, absolutely not, be responsible for all of the, oh my gosh, I can't believe you talked about that comments, because I literally read to you the trigger and the content warnings.
Our little ghost is working overtime up there.
And he doesn't get paid.
He doesn't. He just appears whenever he feels like it.
So we have done our due diligence. Sadly, we cannot post up the trigger and content warnings because this video will be taken down. But I am giving you a resource. I have read them to you, and there is a ghost in the corner indicating to you that this will be a very triggering video. So if you have any thoughts and comments about, oh, that triggered me, I don't want to hear it. Unless you're saying, I got triggered by this and I didn't expect it, then that's okay. But if you're just there to complain, please see yourself out. Anyways, you can continue.
Well, this is book 1 in a 6-book series. As mentioned, it is called the Lord's series. There is an occult type situation going down at a college. This is a dark romance college romance. So, if you didn't know. Ideally, there is a secret society of men called lords. They take their pledges for, I believe, 3 years where they are completely celibate. They go out, do jobs, and murder people, like higher ups in the world. Eventually, they do get what are called chosen ones, where they get selected women and they get to basically do with these women what they choose for the entirety that they are together. There are a lot of arranged marriage discussions going on. This is difficult. We have the 2 main characters. We have Blakely and we have Ryat. We even have Matt, which is, I guess, a side main character. Blakely and Matt are together. He is kind of a piece of shit and wants absolutely nothing to do with her, but they are currently dating and they are actually arranged to be married later on. He is, in fact, a lord. Ryat is also a lord. You know, some things happen. The father of Blakely and Ryat's father come together and they make it where Ryat must choose Blakely as his chosen. Like, he doesn't get a choice. So, of course, he chooses her, and that pisses Matt off. But, of course, Matt already has his chosen, which he had already been cheating on Blakely with for a hot minute. This heavily upsets Matt. He goes the rest of the book talking super horrible things. I have hiccups. I am so sorry. My God. Oh, I am a professional. He goes the entire book saying absolutely obscene things to Blakely, basically calling her a schmore, saying that she would never amount to anything in her life, that once they finally do get married, blah 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 blah. So Ryat to the rescue. They end up getting married, which I absolutely loved, but that's neither here nor there yet. And Matt goes bonkers banana crazy, and there's kidnapping involved, almost baby unaliving, baby stealing, and rape on multiple accounts. A lot of schmurder, a lot of daddyisms, and yeah,
A lot of what?
daddyisms.
What it? Okay.
Uh-huh. That is what it is. Let me see if this says. So basically the synopsis of the ritual, if you guys want it, because I know that it's hard. We can't say everything we want to say because of YouTube. It basically says, the chosen one, I vow, you vow, we vow. Barrington University is home of the Lords, a secret society that requires their blood in payment. They are, above all, the most powerful men in the world. They devote their lives to violence in exchange for power, and during their senior year, they are offered a chosen one. People think growing up with money is freeing, but I promise you it's not. My entire life has been planned out for me. I never got the chance to do what I wanted until Ryat Alexander Archer came along and gave me an option for a better life. He offered me what no one else ever had, freedom. I chose to be his. He made me believe that anyway, but it was just another lie, a way that the Lords manipulate you into doing what they want. After being sucked into the dark, twisted world of the Lords, I embraced my new role and allowed Ryat to parade me around like the trophy I was to him. But like all things, what started out as a game soon became a fight for survival, and the only way out was unaliving. This book can be read as a standalone or with the other books in the series. So, there you have it. Thoughts, ma'am?
Oh, my thoughts. Oh, my thoughts are a little maybe controversial. I enjoyed the book overall. I did not. I didn't hate the writing style, but I also didn't love it. I'm sure a lot of people will maybe not pick up on it. Maybe you will. I don't know. But there is a classification of books where the content is adult, but the writing style is similar to that of a young adult novel, and it is called new adult. And a lot of books are written in new adult to bridge the gap between young adult and adult so that it's easier to make that transition. And I feel like the writing was very much new adult, which I felt was the wrong choice for the type of material that's in the book. But again, I'm not a writer or an author, so I mean, maybe they just wanted to make their book accessible to all groups of readers, which is fair and very valid. But I didn't like that. I also wasn't super invested in the whole secret society thing. I feel like we get information about it, and this really could just be me. I'm pretty sure it is just me. But the first, I think, 4 or 5 chapters, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're Ryat's point of view, and you kind of learn a little bit about the society. But in those chapters, I was really left with more questions than me being invested. Because all these kids are rich. They come from rich families, and it seemed very much like secret society just because we're rich. So I wasn't in it. And a lot of the things I had to do seemed very barbaric. Oh my god, what did my voice do right there? Did you hear that? That was kind of terrible. I don't know, it seemed very caveman-y to me, so I didn't 100% like it. But other than that, everything else in the book, pretty solid. Yeah, those are my general thoughts.
I mean, for my general thoughts, I absolutely devoured this book. I absolutely loved everything about this book. Side note, this has kind of nothing to do with this book, but I recently just read a 1.5 book, I guess, series, and it turned out to be one of my all-time favorite books ever. And I have been in a reading slump before, but I've never experienced what people say, you love a book so much you just feel empty inside. I've never experienced that before until reading this one. So I waiting, because I think you guys know this too. I think we said it maybe a few weeks back, but even though you guys see videos every single week, we actually took about 2 to 3 weeks off to be with family and to get mental health in check and all that. And while I waited for the podcast, I tried 8 to like 10 books, and I soft DNF'd every single one of them. Obviously with the intention I will definitely go back, but nothing compared to that previous series until I picked this book up. And you know, the first 10 chapters, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not really feeling it. That was only because I was still in the reading slump. I now see that. But the first 10 chapters, I was like, yeah, I'm not really kind of feeling this. And then once the reading slump just like lifted off of my shoulders, this book, I devoured it. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved every single character. I hated Matt with a burning passion. There are a lot of DMs of me calling him a piece of shit. I did not like his... Okay, let me rephrase. I loved his character because he was so well done. He was written to be the bad guy, the asshole, the manipulative boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. He was written to be the bad guy, and he was written as that. So he was written in a very well style, I guess, to make readers perceive him how he is supposed to be perceived, and I really did enjoy that. As far as the writing goes, I can kind of see what Esper is saying. I don't necessarily think it's as bad to say as like new adult, but the writing style is very, very, very easy to digest. It is very simple, so I can definitely see where she's coming from on that. However, it does have a lot of darker themes because it is an adult dark romance, but I can definitely see where she's coming from on that. It was very, I mean, I already said it, but it was very easy to digest. It was a very easy book to pick up and just fly through. I loved the society aspect, actually. I loved the mysterious part of it, but then I loved the fact that it felt like it was real life. Like, I know for a fact secret societies exist out in the world. That's none of my business. We're not asking for attention, but like, I know that they exist, and I know that's
such a valid thing to say. I know y'all are out there, but turn a blind eye. We don't want none of that.
I know you exist, and I can appreciate you for what you do. I don't know what you do, but again, not my business. I just, yeah. But like, in all actuality, this book, I do feel like topics like this are probably real. I do think that some secret societies actually have these morals and live with standards like this, and I'm not one to, just because I don't see it in my day-to-day life, I'm not there to say that it's not possible, because I am a conspiracy theorist at heart. I do think certain things are out there, and I liked the society aspect. I liked the minds behind the society. I liked the whole, when the kidnapping happened with Matt and Blakely at the end, I did love that kind of cat-mouse game that was going on a little bit. Absolutely hated Matt in that situation, and I felt nervous and I felt kind of scared for Blakely, and not too many books make me feel an emotion for a character like that. And I felt saddened when we found Ryat was hospitalized because of Matt, and even a sense of joy when Ryat surprised everyone and made a solid returned and, you know, gave Matt what he deserved. And what was his name? Was his name Jay, the bar guy?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I really liked his character. I really, really liked his character. And I know the other
Oh,
books...
no, I think it's Ty.
Ty, yes. Yes. It was something with a Y-I, something at the end.
Yeah. I typed in the ritual characters and I got a movie and I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, that movie is semi-okay, too.
Oh, yeah, his name is Tyson. But
Tyson,
they call him
yeah.
Ty.
So, I liked his character, and I think I saw that these books, even though you can read them technically as standalones, they do intertwine, so the universe goes throughout. So you do see some of the lords from the ritual make their appearances in later books. So I'm really hoping we kind of get a book about Ty. Maybe those who have read the series are probably like, oh, just wait, or you're probably sad because you're agreeing, but I really hope that we get more information on him. I want to know more about him personally. I absolutely loved Ryat. He was, yeah, he was up there. He's up there in possibly like top 6 book boyfriends. So I liked him a lot, but I don't know. This book was surprisingly one of my favorites. It went up there around the hunting Adeline cat mouse duet. As far as my favorite goes, there obviously are now books above the cat mouse, but I really thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I am very, very, very excited to finish the series.
I can't say that I'm excited to finish it. I'm excited to see what the other books touch on, because from what I've read, The Sinner, which is the second book, and this one kind of happen concurrently. So that would be very interesting to read.
Well, and then I think, and you know, I didn't say this earlier, but if you have read the rest of the series, please no spoilers for the upcoming books. Only talk about this book if you can, because I haven't read the series, and like I said, I'm very excited about the series. I was kind of looking at the synopsis of the other books, and I feel like one of the books has Blakely and Ryat's son in it.
No. I don't
What?
think so. Not the ritual, not the sinner, and not the sacrifice.
No, I think
not as main characters, I don't think.
No, I think so. Hold on.
There's an Ellington Asher, but I'm pretty sure that's the daughter. I think. I don't know. They were mentioned briefly at the end.
They were.
But they had weird names.
They really did.
Like rich people names, obviously, but
maybe,
like,
I don't know.
I will double check for you if you want to keep talking.
Well, I don't know. I feel like maybe I saw it wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I know nothing about the other 5 books. I don't know. So this is just, I guess, me guessing or me wishing. So please don't take what I'm saying too seriously. Take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know. But who is Ellington Asher?
Hold on, I'm looking.
But this book,
Okay, so one of their sons' name is Rain,
yeah.
and the other one is Royal. So they're twins. Rain and Royal are twins. Daughter. Where's the daughter's name? Oh, no, the daughter's name is Ryan. So none of their kids, apparently. Because in this epilogue, their son, Royal, I think? No, Rain, wants to be a lord. Royal does not. And they talk about how next year, I think, is when his initiation is supposed to be. But I don't think there's any books on it. Maybe the little novella is with the
Maybe.
sons.
Yeah, because I just Googled it if they're like related, and it says no, there's no indication that Ellington and Ryat Asher are related, as the names are not known to be associated with each other or a shared family history. Here's why. Ellington Asher is a common name. Ellington is a surname, and Asher is a given name, so it's possible that it's a coincidence that two people share the same name. Ryat Asher is not a known person. There is no information available to suggest that Ryat Asher is a person or that they are related to Ellington Asher. There is no shared family history. Okay.
Okay. Excuse me for like 2 seconds. You can keep talking. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
damn.
trying to...
No, you're good. That's... Oh, damn. Okay. I personally, you know, if you've read The Cat Mouse Duet and you like Sade and you like, the spicy scenes, I think you would definitely like The Ritual if you haven't read it. It is very... Surprisingly, if The Cat Mouse Duet is like an 8, this one's probably like a 9, so it is up there. It does say a lot of interesting things. Videos like this are hard because we can't really come out and say it, so you're basically getting the gist of the book, but then you have to go out, if you're okay with the trigger warnings and if you're okay with everything we've said so far, you have to go out and read it yourself, because we can't say it. The video will get removed and then nobody will see it, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I really recommend that everyone that is okay with this topic goes out and read this series. This series is one of the highest rated dark romance series, and I was very scared going into that because, you know, when something is so heavily high rated as this one is, I get very nervous because I feel like I'm expected to love it, and then if I don't like it, I feel like I'm missing something. But I understood. I understood the assignment. I definitely enjoyed this. I appreciated every second of it. Yeah, I don't know. At least for me, I am so excited for each individual book in this series, and I'm loving this so much. I actually have to go buy the series to put it on my bookshelf. Like, I need it. I don't know where Esper is, so I will tap dance.
Oh, I'm here. From what I've read, they aren't related. Do you remember what Asher's dad's name is?
Ryat's dad?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I called him by his last name.
Ryat's dad. Jake Asher? Maybe?
Okay, so Ellie's dad's name is Nicholas.
Okay.
So they just share a last name, apparently.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I really had to figure out if they were related.
That's weird because they say that Asher is a very common name. Maybe I'm not rich enough. Is that their way of calling me poor? Because I've never heard the last name Asher.
I mean, outside of books, no.
Well, fuck it.
I think we're just in the wrong tax bracket.
No, honestly.
to be commenting on this.
Right. I'm kind of upset with the second book, knowing that the Ellington character is female, that is not a female name, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
Um, yeah. I guess her
That's
nickname is
like,
Ellie.
yeah, Ellington reminds me of the skinny, blonde-headed kid with like the golf shorts
That's
at the
very
country
specific.
club. You know what I mean?
That's very specific. But yeah. Yeah, but they're rich. They name their kids weird ass shit. They don't care if it's for the right gender or not.
Facts.
Freaking Blake and Riot's daughter's name is Ryan with 2 N's.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well,
That's a man's name.
I know a girl named Ryan, but I also know a guy named Ashley.
Yeah. Ashley is used to be a unisex name.
But yeah, me personally, and I know this is going to be very controversial, not in the book community, but here on Night Court Narrative, I personally gave this book a 5-star. I absolutely loved this book. It gave me everything I was looking for, and it got me out of one hellacious fucking reading slump. I loved this book, and I am so down to actually reread it, but yeah.
So, I have read this book previously to the podcast. I read it probably when it came out, so like 4 years ago. I was in college at the time, and I was reading a lot of that type of book, like the genre. So I reread it just to get a refresher. And when I first read it, if we were doing the podcast, I would have definitely given it a 5. But now having read other books and actually sitting down and reading the book as opposed to reading it for smut content, and that's not in a nasty way, just I was in a weird, like, I really only want to read books that have smut because everything else is kind of boring type phase. But now rereading it, the romance itself is not very deep. And I know a lot of you are going to come for me for that. Obish might come for me for that. But it, at its core, it is Smex. And that's pretty much it. Yes, Ryat helps Blakely through a lot of her own like insecurities and her discomfort with sexual things, and that's really awesome and very empowering, and that does deepen their relationship a little. But she started out as his chosen. A chosen is basically a blow-up doll.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's all their relationship really is. There is some like cute little moments, and I think that's the only reason why I wasn't upset that they end up getting married and having kids. Because again, this whole world is like arranged marriages, so you have to learn to love your partner, which valid. Again, another reason why I didn't get mad that they got married when their whole relationship is kind of a little shallow. But if you're looking for a dark romance with in-depth romance, this is not it. And rightly so. I don't really think it markets itself as a true romance, and if it does, maybe it shouldn't.
All it says is dark college romance.
Yeah. So the romance isn't deep and meaningful. It's surface level.
But I think that's
But,
the
like,
point.
yeah.
That's what I'm gathering. I think that's the point.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not mad at it. I'm just
You
saying
know?
if you're going in looking for actual romance, this isn't the book.
Yeah.
Also, if you read to the second epilogue, you can see that the relationship has evolved a bit more than from when they were in college, because I think it says 18. 18 years later, something like that.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna
17, 18
assume-
years later, yeah.
I'm gonna assume 18 because the son's going to college. So it's like 18 years later. Ryat's a judge. I'm pretty sure Blakely doesn't have a job. And
Well,
they have 3 kids.
Oh, but that's why I'm thinking that the son has to be in something, because the book ends with the son being like, I want to be a part of the Lords, and he's like, okay, but then Blakely's like, I don't think so, and then she's finally like, okay, you know what? Whenever you get home, yes, we can discuss you being a Lord.
What is his name? Rain?
Ryan or Rain? One, I don't know. No, Rain or Royal. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember. I don't like when twins have similar names because I can never tell them apart. I guess...
I really don't think that they would be in any of the books, because if the second one runs concurrent with the first one, then her kids won't be of age until the end of the second book, and I'm gonna assume that the third book is maybe a few years after the second. So if
Maybe.
anything, the kids would be in the novella, from what I've gathered from the 3 books.
Either the novella or the very end, but I don't know. Either way. That was just my 2 cents.
The book is good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed... Actually, I lie. I don't enjoy how in books Shemek scenes are not realistic. Because you're telling me that Blakely, without knowing that Ryat was gonna do these things to her, can I say that her back door was squeaky fucking clean, ready for that kind of action?
Yeah, that was a little weird to me.
Yeah. Also, when
That was weird to me.
when they do the ceremony, I think it's when they do the ceremony, and she's like all twisted up on the bed. I think that's when he does it, and he goes up and licks the brown starfish. You're telling me it was squeaky fucking clean? And she had no fart in the chamber? Like,
I mean, no,
what is this girl eating? Because he also sticks his thumb in that bitch. Like,
well, I mean, you don't think shit's just gonna chill inside the entire time?
no, but she has been there for a hot minute. Like, she had to do the ceremony, which took a while. And then they had their little hot and spicy time outside the church, cathedral, whatever. And then they did the drive back to the Lord's house. Like, you're telling me, I wouldn't because I don't have regular bowel movements, but you're telling me that a normal, healthy human being that has normal bowel movements didn't have one brewing?
Maybe.
Like, the logistics on that, it was like, I don't know if I believe that it was squeaky fucking clean every time. And I get the argument could be made that, well, he said that's what he was gonna do, so she was probably making sure all the time, but I don't know if I believe that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I don't know, maybe in a rich person's world, you don't gotta worry about having a non-duty filled duty hole. I don't know. Maybe everybody just has fucking bidets and they're just bideting it up, so they're always squeaky clean. And if that's the case, my bad, I'm in the wrong tax bracket because I don't have a bidet.
Right.
So douche has to happen, and I need advanced warning so I'm not eating something that would cause issues. But again, I'm not rich, so maybe rich people have these advantages that I don't, which would make a lot of sense, but still, I'm not believing these logistics. Also, I believe it only happened twice, but twice is too many. But our girl is sleeping. Yeah. One time she's drugged. Can I say that? I think I can say that. The other time she's not. She's just sleeping. And our man gets up there and he goes, "Whoa, she's not wet, but I don't expect her to be." Okay. One time you're gonna tell me that? That's fine.
That was the worst time to come back into this conversation. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. And then...
There were definitely gunshots outside.
Oh, that's not good. Holy shit. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm fine. I don't know if someone else is, but I'm fine.
I mean, shit, don't look out the window. Maybe that's a secret society coming after you.
We both took our headset off so fast. I was like, damn, what the fuck is that? Like, it was loud.
Dang. I didn't hear it, so that noise suppression is on point.
Oh my god, I have so much stuff. Like, so many noise suppression things on this microphone, bro. It's, oh my god. I basically have to deep throat my fucking mic just to talk to you guys. Well, I mean, I technically don't. I can back up a little bit, but I have PTSD with this microphone, so I like the Gluck Gluck 3000 for it.
I mean, shit, so do I. That's besides the point. So, okay, you say it once, fine. But then, like, 2 chapters later, we're saying it again. And it's like the same scenario. She's asleep. And then you touch her. She's not wet. But I don't expect her to be. Like, yeah, I get it. I understand how anatomy works and how my downstairs parts work. So,
I mean, I personally actually liked that. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I'll like quickly say this and let you finish. I actually quite like that because I don't like spicy books when they're like, oh, she's asleep, and then they like touch her and oh, she's so perfectly primed for me. No, it doesn't work that way.
Did you say prom?
I did.
Oh, I'm jumping out of my window right now.
It doesn't work that way. And like, I think I actually appreciated the fact that, I mean, granted a woman wrote it, but like, I appreciate the fact that they actually fucking stood that it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, totally. I appreciated it the first time, but the second time I was like, I mean, at this point, my man, I feel like you want it to be. This is the second time you pointed that out. I mean, it could just be me, but when somebody points out something more than once, I'm like, okay, but did you want it to be? Like, is that the point you're getting at? But then he stopped doing it. I was like, thank fuck. I don't have to read that again. Because I was starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, we know she's asleep. I don't think anybody in sleep is like, yeah, let me get things working. Like, hello? Now, I do understand that it's a completely different story if you're having a dream that makes you feel some type of way, and that's fine. I get it. Like, that literally happens in the book, and it's logical and makes sense, and I'm down for that. But again, twice was a bit much. Once I can see and I appreciate, but twice, a tad bit much,
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time it happened, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's a little weird that it happened twice, But besides that, I think the side characters, I was gonna call them something else, I think. But anyways, the side characters, I think, were also written pretty okay. Like the dads. I kind of like the way the dads were written, especially Blakely's dad.
Oh, I did like the dads a lot, yeah.
I kind of thought Blakely's dad was an asshole for a minute because of the whole arranged marriage with Matt, and I was like, your dad wants this to happen with this man right here. Okay. Well, that's an interesting choice. But then obviously we learn it's the spoiler stepmom that wants it to happen because Matt's family empire is crumbling and he needs some rich person's coattails to hang on to so that his family name doesn't completely break into shambles, which I'm glad it did. Well, we don't know that it did, but I'm gonna assume that it did since both Matt and his father kick the bucket. But I liked how the characters were fleshed out more than most books would flesh out their side characters. Like Sarah, love her to pieces.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
What was his name? Gunther?
Gunner, I think?
Gunner, we don't see him much, but a little bit of his personality shines through. Peckett, whatever that man's name was. Also, a little bit of his personality comes through. The dads, like I said. The stepmom, fucking bitch. Oh, I didn't like her at all. And then the mom. I don't know how I feel about the mom's personality, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm kind of conflicted on how I feel about her. Just me?
I mean, I don't really like her either, but I don't like the birth mom. That's kind of
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't like her. I don't like anything about her, to be real with you.
Oh, tell me more, because I'm on the fence, so I want to hear your thoughts.
I don't know. I feel like she's a little bit too forced, and I feel like I understand with the whole situation of this person's not your actual mom. This one is. She's dead. Oh, you didn't actually kill me. You never checked if I was actually gone. Like, you know? And just none of that. I don't feel like her, I guess, quote unquote, like returning was a good decision for the book. I can get behind it and I can definitely see why that's a thing. So that's fine. Whatever. But then I also feel like I said, she's very forced and she's very... Oh, how do I say it? I don't know how to phrase this, but the book has this feel with it throughout the entirety of the book. And then once the birth mom comes in, the whole like feeling, aura, whatever is just completely shifted. And not necessarily in a bad way enough to make me hate the book, but it's like, okay, did we really need to add her in this, you know?
Yeah, I feel like the mom had two very different personalities. So we meet her and she walks in and she's badass bitch, right? Cool. She seemed a little like, not the cool badass bitch, but like bitch, right?
Yeah.
Fine. I mean, that's okay. She's a lady, and apparently she had a mission, and she, not a lady in the sense of like she's a lady, but like a lady in the sense of lord and lady in the book. Just to clarify that, because some people are gonna get confused. But she's a lady, so I get it. The lords send her on missions, and she has to do stuff, so she kind of has to have that personality of like untouchable, which fair, valid. And then I don't think it's in the epilogue. I can't be 100% sure, but Blakely goes and sees Mummy Dearest at her house, at Blakely's old childhood home, because now Daddy Dearest and Mommy Dearest can be together without any issues. But she goes and she meets her mom, and she's very wary of her, which valid. I would be too. Like your first impression of her is bitch. And you know, you also don't have good thoughts about her because you went your whole life without her, and she sacrificed a whole bunch of stuff, and you had to be raised by some creepy wacko person. So I get it. But then Leanne, I'm pretty sure that's what her name is, the mom.
Yeah, I think so,
Leanne
yeah.
kind of flips the switch on her personality, and now she's trying to be caring and motherly, I guess. And I feel like it really just didn't jive well. If that was the intention, if the intention was to soften her a little bit, I feel like her character did not get softened. She just kind of seemed like she had an ulterior motive and some sort of agenda in how she was speaking to Blakely and telling Blakely how her life was going to be from then on. So I think that's why I'm on the fence, because I didn't like her, and then like her personality is weird. But like the dad is in love with her, and I love the dad, so I don't know. I'm very conflicted.
Yeah, I really, really, really did like the fathers in this series. I really did. I liked them a lot.
Yeah, they seemed hands off, but also hands on, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, this is gonna happen. But I mean, if you want to make your own decisions, let me hear them and we'll talk about it, you know? And I was like, that's parenting done right. I'm gonna give you this is what I've set out for you, but it can be negotiated type relationship, you know?
Right. Well,
But yeah.
you never did give
Overall,
your rating.
Oh, I'm going to. It's a 4.
Not bad.
No.
I thought we were going to fight a little bit.
No. I wasn't going to rate it lower than a 4. I think it would be a disjustice. Disingenuous. It would be disingenuous to give it lower than a 4, because I really did enjoy it. And I do think that this book has amazing rereadability. Like,
yeah,
you can reread this book in a month and it will still be good, which is hard to say for a lot of books. So I wasn't going to give it lower than a 4, but I really wasn't going to give it higher than a 4 either, just because of the writing, and I just really wasn't invested in like a really massive plot point. I was like, meh, I could do without it.
yeah,
You know, like if you took the Secret Society out of the book and then gave it to me rewritten without it, I probably wouldn't know the difference, which is sad, because I really wanted to be invested in the Secret Society, because I think it's a cool little plot point that you don't see often. Like, you see the mafia and just like gang romances in general, or like the Bad Boy Next Door kind of books, but I haven't come across a lot of Secret Society written like this books. So I was kind of hoping to be more invested in the society, but there are other books, so it probably goes more in depth in those books, so then I will be invested, you know?
yeah. No, that makes sense completely.
But that's it for me.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, I'm excited for the rest of the series. I'm really interested to see what can come from this. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for next week's episodes, by the way. But y'all don't get to know what they are. So,
Oh, shit, I was about to say the titles.
Oh, I mean, you can.
No, we're doing the whole... See, we are a secret society, you and me.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't get to know yet.
And they're not in on it.
But yeah. It sucks that we couldn't be more specific with this book, but again, there's a lot that we can and cannot say because of YouTube. So to keep our asses safe, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good night. Clearly everyone needs to be safe outside today because some weird shit's going on outside.
Agreed.
But yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good night.
Squirrel!
Listen, I am fucking struggling here.
That squirrel moment was perfect. You can't script that shit.
I'm struggling, okay?
I mean, that's fair, but still.
Fuck. Okay. You know what? Fuck all of you guys.
Damn, my bad.
No, it happens way more often than you think it does. It is fucking horrible.
It's funny and cute. It's very adorable.
Well, goodbye, everyone. Good night. Or morning?
Bye.
I don't know. Bye.